Hello friends, my name is Jen and I love cookies. So a couple weeks ago I mentioned that I went to the drugstore looking for magnets for my cookie scale and ended up going on a cookie binge instead. And because I was at the drugstore, they do actually sell, Bartell's here in Washington sells Girl Scout cookies as well as a number of other cookies. But it's still a drugstore, so the vast majority of the cookies that I bought on that cookie binge were actually protein cookies. And my muscles have been real sore the past couple of days, so I decided now would be a great time to break out a protein cookie. So I've got Lenny's and Larry's here with me today is the brand name, and I actually bought 4 of them. I've got a birthday cake, I have peanut butter, I have lemon poppy seed, and then I've got oatmeal raisin. And while I know that oatmeal raisin is a controversial cookie flavor, I've always liked them, especially as someone who can't eat chocolate and has limited options. I think they're good, and that's what I'm in the mood for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the oatmeal raisin one. Before I do that, I wanna say I have a philosophical issue with most protein cookies, and that is that they advertise very clearly on the front of this package 16 grams of protein per cookie, 10 grams of fiber per cookie, and then you look at the nutrition information and you're like, wow, only 180 calories, that's amazing. Except a serving size is only half a cookie. And I think that's nonsense. The vast majority of protein cookies that are out there have the serving size is only half a cookie, and I just think that's dishonest and I don't like it. So I wanted to get that off my chest before I actually go into this cookie. But I am gonna go ahead and eat the whole thing, get the 16 grams of protein, probably, as long as it's good. I just wanted to say that. So once again, this is Lenny's and Larry's protein cookie. It is oatmeal raisin flavored, and also bonus, there is no dairy, no egg, no soy, and it's vegan. So if you're vegan and looking for protein cookies, this could be an option for you, although I think actually a lot of protein cookies are vegan. Anyway, let's get to it. So this is what the cookie looks like. In its defense, it is quite large. But again, nobody's gonna eat only half of this. It's dishonest. Sorry, I'll let it go. It is quite large. It feels soft so far, which is nice. Nice soft baked cookie going here. I see plenty of raisins. I see plenty of oats. And I do already smell it, which I think is cinnamon, but it's got a bit of a proteiny scent to it as well. Okay, first bite. It is indeed quite soft. If you've ever gone to a grocery store and purchased like Quaker soft baked cookies, or I don't know what brand they are, but they're in bags and they look like goldfish bags, but they say soft baked. That's the texture of this cookie. What's interesting is I clearly see a lot of raisins, but this cookie is so thick. I still feel like almost the raisin to cookie ratio is off. I feel like it needs more raisins, but I'll continue to keep that in mind as I eat it. Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe there's just a bad couple of bites without a lot of raisins. So it's not an overwhelmingly proteiny tasting cookie, which is nice. There is a hint of it. I think it's when you very first take the bite, you kind of notice like, oh, hey, this is a protein cookie. but it doesn't linger. And it doesn't, literally right when I said it doesn't linger, I got a little bit of protein aftertaste. It's not bad. It doesn't like distract, I think, from the cookie. So overall, I'm gonna say, as far as protein cookies go, they did a pretty good job not making this taste like it's a protein cookie. I honestly think it might be that it smells like protein. And that's why the first bite, it's a little proteiny, but it doesn't necessarily taste super proteiny. I feel like that's what it is. I know how to describe the texture. Grandma's cookies, if you've ever had like Grandma's, the brand, Oatmeal Raisin cookies, that's the texture of this cookie. I'm not quite through. I'm gonna stick with my assessment that the raisin to cookie ratio is off. I think it needs more raisins. I also feel like it could have more oatmeal, to be honest. It feels like the oatmeal was mixed in like you would mix in raisins, like, oh, here's this other thing. Whereas I feel like oatmeal is supposed to be like a fundamental staple ingredient of Oatmeal Raisin cookies. I can't decide what it is. I've been trying to decide this whole time. But I also feel like there's just a little too much of a something here. I don't love the dough, like the base dough flavor. It's not gonna stop me from eating it. I would eat it again. It's just like not the best oatmeal raisin cookie I've ever had. Which, to be fair, I'm only even able to nitpick all of these things because they did a really good job making this seem like a non-protein cookie. So like for a protein cookie, this is probably great. I'm rating it as if it were not a protein cookie. So that's awesome on Lenny and Larry's. But it's definitely like, I can recall easily in my memory several other oatmeal raisin cookies I've had that are better, which they didn't have 16 grams of protein, so. Alright, I took the time to read the ingredients list because I was curious. I'm pretty sure the thing I don't like in the dough is molasses. I'm not a big molasses person. I knew it was familiar, so I think it's molasses that's in here that I don't like. Okay, so this was Lenny and Larry's Oatmeal Raisin Protein Cookie. It had a nice soft texture that I appreciated. I felt like it needed both more raisins and more oatmeal. But it didn't taste like a protein cookie, which was great. There is a little bit of protein taste now in my mouth that I've eaten most of it, but while you're eating it, it's not overwhelming. So that's a plus. I personally don't like molasses, and I could taste the molasses in it, but if you did like molasses, that might be fine with you. So I've given this some good thought, and I think I'm gonna stick it right on a 5. In the middle here, 5.0. It's not good, it's not bad. I don't love it, I don't hate it. It's a cookie. We're gonna go right down the middle with a 5. So I've gotten feedback from a number of people that they'd like to see how the current cookie stacks up against previous cookies that I've rated, and I heard you. So at the end of today's video, I am gonna have a listing of all the cookies that I've rated, and I'm gonna start with the ones that I said were on the new scale. Just to be fair, I don't wanna compare the original scale to this scale, so I'm just gonna start partway through, but I'll be adding that to the end of this video. That's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. If you like watching me talk about cookies, please like, comment, or subscribe below. Have a great day, and eat more cookies.